Welcome back to our football and technology event here tonight. Super excited. Chris, we talked a little while back. Was super excited about what you guys are doing. Today we've got Chris Wilkerson. He is with Sideline Design. And Chris, I will let you take it from here, sir.
Cool. Yeah, no, appreciate you having us on. Pretty cool. So yeah, we did talk a while back, and it's been a lot of fun getting it. We've been a lot of moving pieces on our end. A lot of moving pieces. We are very young. I only finished this build that you see now of the actual, like, the web platform itself that you see today in November of 2022. So we're not even 6 months into the thing, and and it's kind of in a good way out of control, in a bad way you're throwing everything at the wall until it sticks sometimes. But I think we've put a really good product together. I think that's a testament to my team and our knowledge. Everybody on my team has been at the Division I level, 2 level, 3 level, and AIA level professional, has experienced every level of coaching, GA, assistant levels, and everything. And I think that all of that comes into this product, and that's what we showcase the most is solving those issues. From at the college level, a lot of recruiting, day-to-day operational graphics, things like that those guys sometimes can't get from their media departments. You look at us, and a lot of people ask us, they're like, why do you have some of these schools? And it's a perfect question. When you're like, why does the Citadel, South Dakota State, North Carolina, Bowling Green, why do you have some of these schools? And they have departments, yes, they do, but sometimes those departments, those guys are only human, and those marketing departments are only human, just like the rest of us. And sometimes they need more than what they can get as far as graphics go to send to recruits to keep up on their Twitter and things like that. And then at the high school level, just being able to have the ability to look like the big guys and look like a Power 5 school, everybody wants that. And so when you're talking about having that at your fingertips, mobile and desktop wise, through a web app, it's pretty sweet. So I just planned on kind of walking through how to use it, and that was going to be pretty much the cake for me, because I always let the product do the talking, and I think that I don't have to sell really hard if I can show it. And so I'll just kind of walk through what I would experience with somebody in a demo if we were sitting here live. So this new additions tab here, every week, 45 weeks out of the year, we update. We add about 20 to 30 new graphics, and these graphics keep up with a lot of the recruiting schedules, football schedules, every sport. And we always try to make sure that we're up to date. So if we've got a lot of graduation going on right now, you can see a lot of the graduation stuff that we've just recently rolled out, a lot of congratulations for the end of the year. So that's what you're going to see in the new additions tab. And then over on the left, you've got everything that you would need to be able to run your day-to-day operations and dip into recruiting. So we've got game day graphics, and you can see just hundreds of different styles and looks that you're able to use and plug away at. Got the same thing with scores, schedules. We'll hop into that one. I won't go through all of this. You can head over to the sidelinedesign.com and look through it as well. So all of these are plug and play for you, and you can take it as far as you want to. You can be as flexible as you want to, and not just use it as it is as well, which we'll go over. So got all these, got a couple of tabs of recruiting. This is where we really hit home with a lot of our colleges. Guys getting on the road, May is a big month for that. And so we have a lot of these that we just recently rolled out. You got a lot of prospect camps, summer camps, camp dates coming up. You may have seen some of these utilized here recently. We've got a couple of big schools that are really pushing hard on what they're doing, which is a lot of fun to see. So all of these are different ones that you can use. Got your dashboard. Up in your dashboard, you're going to be able to have walkthroughs for everything, support. You're not going to be left stranded on how to do something. Got a quick little video to get you started, and that'll pretty much take you straight through. But there's a lot of things that you can utilize within here. One thing I like to point out all the time is batch producing graphics. Batch producing graphics goes for anybody that needs it, but specifically in our colleges, you're talking about recruiting. If you got an Excel sheet with all the kids' names in it, all their high schools, all their information, you can literally take that Excel sheet, upload it to the editor, and it'll create graphics customized to every kid for you. That includes name, high school picture, whatever you want it to. It'll do thousands of them if you want to. So you can just one click and you can create all of those. I'll hop over here. So this is what you're going to be looking at whenever you look at the editor, and it's really straightforward from this point. Everything over here on the right-hand side. If you want to create a QR code, you can generate a QR code directly right here. I'll just press generate. And for this one, for example, create that, slide it over, and now we can add that into our graphic here. Got our text. If we're going to change out text, let's just say we're going to change this top here. All I'm going to do is double click on the T, and we're just going to go just type away at it. And, you know, instead of on the road, let's do on the hunt. You know, that's a pretty popular one right now. So it'll highlight it for you, and you can take it from there. And I've got my controls. I'll adjust that, make it a little bit bigger to fit. Got your logo down here. I'm just going to double click on that logo icon. And then from this point, I can go grab a logo from anywhere. I can grab it from a shared drive that I utilize. I can grab it from my computer. I'm just going to grab one from my computer, go find one. All we have to do is pop it in there, and then we'll hit the big blue button and press save. And you'll see that it comes into the main graphic. We can move that over here if we want to do that, make it a little bigger. Got our picture here. Same exact thing we just did with the logo. Just double click on that, and I'll go grab a picture. Use coach. Drop it in there, and then we just hit the blue button and press save again. It'll update for us, and then we've got him in here, and now we can slide and put him where we would like him to be. So that'd be a really good graphic, but I am going to show you team color here. So just double click it. We can change it to whatever color we want it to be. We'll go with a little deep purple, and just like that, we got an on the road graphic ready to roll. Got another one. Kind of walk through this one. I think is going to be one of our more popular options for sure. Right. So we've got the name, last name, same thing. I'm just going to double click on the T, type away. Same thing with that. Last name. Time for your future, good with me. Got our logos here, pictures, all this stuff that's all moved around and everything like that. All I got to do is drag and drop from here. So everything is given to me. I'm just going to go grab that, place it in, and just press save. And you'll see it's in here. Same thing on this one. Again, I'm just double clicking icons, dropping pictures in. It does everything, all the effects, everything for me. Set up like that. Logo, go ahead and do it. And hit save. So super smooth, super easy. But you're able to, again, do this, send it out to one recruit. You can do as many as you want. You can, if you're at the high school level, you can do this for your seniors, different things to utilize this one for sure. But all of them are set up the same way, able to utilize them and go from there. Questions?
Any questions from the audience first off? You know, I always got questions, and a couple of things when we talked before, the simplicity, right? You talked there are some, FBS programs that work with you guys. There are some lower level programs all the way on down, right? High school programs that work with you. How easy or how often, I guess, is it from a high school Division III level or something like that, where they're looking, hey, I want to create some things, and how easy is it for them to try to get their own custom things, or do they typically just go in with what you're doing and click and go, drag, the most simple form of all this?
Yeah, so I mean, everybody uses it in their own way. Some of our bigger, maybe somebody's more well-versed in understanding design. They've done it for a little bit or whatever, right? And then they use us. And so then they can get in there and be really creative. And then the guys that don't know what they're doing, don't have a clue, all they have to do is take it just as it is. So it gives a lot of flexibility. Within those layers, you've got a lot of folders in there that you can dip into. You can turn things off if you don't want it. You can add your own elements. So it gives the experienced user a whole lot of flexibility. The beginner, or really color inside the lines kind of deal. And one of the unique things is, I think that I've seen a lot, is we get guys that come in that don't have a clue what they're doing. They start learning, and all of a sudden they're like doing crazy things. And I'm like, dude, you didn't know how to do this 2 months ago, and they've created all kinds of stuff. So
yeah. I mean, listen, we talk to football coaches every day. Some are great with technology, a lot are
That's
not
right.
great with technology.
I've got one good story. I don't know if he's in here, and if he is, that's fantastic. I'm gonna let him hear it too. Billy Best at Colorado State. He'll vouch for it up and down. He was actually our O-line coach when I was at SFA. This dude couldn't use a computer to save his life in a day, right? Couldn't do it. I've sat down with him and literally watched him do graphics that he's sending out to his recruits and commits. I mean, the dude couldn't use a computer to save his life. He'll vouch for that every day of the week, but he was able to do it. So that's one that I hang my hat on for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Is there? You talked about thousands of like a thing for thousands of recruits. Can you walk us through how simple that is on that end?
Yeah,
to like,
absolutely. I'm just gonna let me grab that video and then I'll just step by step go through it. I've got that one.
Great.
For sure, pretty much down. So let me.
That's one as our, we follow however many coaches we follow.
Yeah.
Stuff we're seeing every second of the day on Twitter.
Yeah, 100%. So, so you got this. So for this graphic, for example, we've got the picture, the name, and I think we're going to change the linebacker text here to his high school. So that's the plan. So we've got data sets sitting here, and then what we have is you can see just in this, you've got first name, high school, and the image file that's on our computer. And that's what I'm giving it. That's all I have to give it. And so we'll come in here and we're going to import that Excel file. Now, keep in mind, this video is only 3 minutes. So that's how quick you can get through this. This is with a tutorial. So now you put it in there and now you see that you've got that Excel sheet listed in here just like you had it. Step down here. So this is the pictures that are on my computer. All I did was give it a simple name so that I could identify them, right? So you can name them whatever you want to name them. So now I'm going to drag all of these and add them to the images. So now this knows that, hey, this player is this picture. And from here, all I have to do is go grab the layer that says Jackson Masters on this one, which is his name. And I'm going to just attach it to this column right here. So we'll go grab it. And then I'm just going to tell it that I want it to read this column. And it's just going to be name. That's it. We'll do the same thing on the next one. We'll go grab that linebacker text. And I'm going to tell it to read the high school column. And that's it. So high school matches to the column that says high school right here. And the name matches to that one. We're going to do image the exact same way. Go grab the player's image, your player picture. That's what that is. So now we've got the image. And we're just going to attach the image name. So that'll give it that. And from here, you're just pressing a button. So we'll just export all of those out, open it up, and you'll see that you have all those files in there that are individual. You'll see that the pictures are swapped, the name and the high schools are swapped on every one of those.
Love that. So simple too. And again, you have videos for all this.
All of it walks you all the way through it. So
you're
never going to be.
Go ahead.
You're never going to be lost. I can promise you that. We might go a little overboard sometimes on the videos. So
sure. I was going to say I'm definitely one of those guys I mentioned that maybe is not the most tech savvy, but stuff like this is one easy. Do you have any video options or?
Yeah. So that's a great question. Yeah. So it comes up a lot. So we are introducing some GIF and movement options. It's just not what you see at the Power 5 level. What you see at the Power 5 level is the videographer video. And so we want to focus on the graphic side of it instead of pushing the videographer side. When you have a real videographer come in and do the video. So we just don't try to push the simple motion. However, we are going to introduce some GIF and simple motion here in the summer that people can utilize for a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I know I've seen teams do like the half graphic, but like a video in it, like especially for
exactly. So you can do that. Yeah, so you can do that with this. Yep.
Cool.
So you can export it. Yep. That's exactly what you're able to do.
I love that. Any other questions here? And anything else, Chris, before we head out? What's the best way for coaches to reach out to you?
Yeah, so they can head straight to the website. If you get on the homepage, you could just click schedule a demo, or you can come over here and come down to the bottom and you can just fill out this form and we'll get right to you. You can email me. You've got contact at Sideline sign down here. You can do whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. I promise we'll get you. So.
And again, the website is the Sideline
The
Design.
sidelinedesign.com. Yeah.
The Sideline Design. Chris, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it.